You do it.
You're listening to a wee moan podcast with Nads and Joan.
Let's go.
Welcome back to a We Moan podcast with Nads and Joan, your guide to all things pop culture and celebrity gossip. How are you, Nadia Dusselberg? Why am I not hearing you?
Why? Yeah, because
Oh, I can
our
hear you.
intro just started.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Our
I
intro
can
just
hear you.
started. Your dad. I don't know why. It just came in late. I have no idea. I think we've got a few technical difficulties that have been plaguing us all morning, actually. So
Yeah.
hopefully from here on out, we're going to be nailing
We're gonna
this.
nail
But yeah,
it.
how are you, Joan?
Fabulous. I'm fabulous. It's 2026. I'm great. And we have a lot to talk about. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. I won't talk about my start of 2026 because it was pretty tragic. But let's talk about the Beckhams because, first up, all of a sudden we have Brooklyn Beckham posting a huge in my opinion, it was a huge PR kind of campaign on his Instagram. What was it, 6 pages worth of grievances towards his family, declaring that he will never make amends with them ever again. And you're going to read the whole statement, and I am going to pull him up where he needs to be pulled up using my trusted gong. Which we'll just test right now, Joan. Let's just test the gong.
I love it.
I've pressed it.
So what's happening
cool.
is
Great.
I'm going to read Brooklyn Beckham's statement in full, and Nadia will gong me when she wants to challenge Brooklyn on his accusations.
I need to challenge him on many accusations because we have proof stating otherwise. Which
we've been doing
we'll
research, and a lot of it's not true. Or yeah. Anyway, bear with us. Here we go. So this is Brooklyn Beckham, which he released it about 2 weeks ago. Here he goes.
Yeah.
I have been silent for years and made every effort to keep these matters private. Unfortunately, my parents and their team have continued to go to the press, leaving me with no choice but to speak for myself and tell the truth about only some of the lies that have been printed. I do not want to reconcile with my family. I'm not being controlled. I'm standing up for myself for the first time in my life. For my entire life, my parents have controlled narratives in the press about our family. The performative social media posts, family events, and inauthentic relationships have been a fixture of the life I was born into. Recently, Nadia, early on there. What are you challenging there?
Well, first of all, I'm challenging the fact that he is actually Brooklyn Beckham. He was born into a family of great influence and prestige. I would say they're known as the royalty, British royalty, as they are a huge kind of machine. And he had to go through, he had to go to parties and events and meet celebrities and of course there's obviously the pump and ceremony that goes with that, and it's it's annoying at times, but saying that you're a victim because of that, I've got a problem with that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do. A lot of people have that. Shall I read on though?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Recently, I have seen with my own eyes the length that they'll go through to place countless lies in the media, mostly at the expense of innocent people to preserve their own facade. But I believe the truth always comes out. My parents have been trying to endlessly ruin my relationship since before my wedding, and it hasn't stopped. My mum cancelled making Nicola's dress in the 11th hour despite how excited she was to wear her design, forcing her to urgently find a new dress. Nadia, what evidence do you have to the contrary of this claim?
Absolute lies. Absolute lies. And we're gonna prove it to you because it was in a Vogue. It was actually a Vogue article that came out on April 20th, 22. So why would Vogue lie about this?
Vogue don't lie.
The Vogue article, Vogue don't lie. Well, I mean, see, even Daisy recognises the Vogue don't lie. So Vogue did a whole article on Nicola's wedding dress, which was actually a Valentino haute couture dress, which she spent an entire year going to Rome for 2 fittings. There she is there with her father on her wedding day. That is the Vogue. That is the Valentino couture. So, and it also came out in this article that she had about 4 outfit changes. So yes, potentially that Victoria Beckham did have, the outfit changes, because remember, this was a wedding that was over 3 or 4 days, over like a weekend. It started Friday evening, it went to Saturday, it went to Sunday, with loads of different events. She had different outfits. Yes. Okay, I'll give her a little bit of credit that she was going to be wearing Victoria's outfit on one of those days. It wasn't the wedding dress.
No.
So calm your farm.
Yeah. So she said, so him saying my mum cancelled making Nicola's dress in the 11th hour.
Which she might have done.
Which she might have done, but it wasn't the wedding dress. She wasn't left without a white dress at her wedding. And she had 4 or 5 other dresses to wear anyway.
She would have had backups as well. And she would have had, to say that she was scrambling for her wedding dress is an outright lie. And I just want to point out, in going further, as soon as you lie about one thing, like this entire thing for me becomes suspicious.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
Yes.
Okay, let's continue on. Weeks before our big day, my parents repeatedly pressured and attempted to bribe me into signing away the rights to my name, which would have affected me, my wife, and our future children. They were adamant on me signing the... There we go. Another lie, I feel.
All right.
Nadia,
all right.
Do go on.
So, no, this may not be a lie, but I do have my commonplace in people that have a high stature and high celebrity thing, and they're literally proving why Victoria Beckham and David Beckham had wanted this in place, so they don't disparage their name after they get married and using the Beckham name. This is precisely why you would have these, contracts about the name, because it does have using the name and likeness of the Beckham family, which Brooklyn isn't shy of doing with all of his ventures, and we'll get into that a little bit later on, using his dad's name and his dad's
loves using the
fame
Beckham
and
name,
his mother's fame.
Yeah, I mean, did here's the thing?
But
did the Beckhams not want their name associated with Snapple? You know, they don't want a new brand. Just what I'm saying here is that Nicola's father is he has made a lot of money out of the famous Snapple apple drink that is very popular in America, among other things. And maybe they were like, look, we don't want a new version of Snapple coming out being like Beckham Snapple. Anyway, let's keep going.
Well, it could be that, because I think it's what happens is it's always in discussion, because you're now coming into the family name. Like anything that's associated with the Beckhams has to be talked about. And, and then also putting, doing Netflix or going on Oprah and disparaging the family name, that would be under this contract as saying, look, can you not do that? Because that would harm us. So I'm just saying it's not pretty. Like, it's not a nice conversation to have, but it's also not uncommon. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. Okay. They were adamant on me signing before my wedding date, because then the terms of the deal would be initiated. My holdout affected the payday, and they've never treated me the same since. Bit confusing. During the wedding planning, my mum went so far as to call me evil because Nicola and I chose to include my nanny Sandra and Nicola's Nornie at our table because they both didn't have their husbands. Both of our parents had their own tables equally adjacent to ours. I mean, is Posh Spice a monster? Really? I don't believe that she would have
Yeah, and
done
look,
that.
I won't gong this, but this is,
No.
it's sort of
Really?
like, are you adding this to the the flames? Like,
As if anyway, that's
it's
mean.
I don't know. It's
The night
laughable.
before our wedding, members of my family told me that Nicola was not blood and not family. Since the moment, well, she's not, but I mean, look, no need to say it. But anyway,
She's not.
since the moment I started standing up for
Yeah.
myself and my family, I've received endless attacks from my parents, both privately and publicly, that were sent to the press on their orders. Even my brothers were sent to attack me on social media,
It's screaming.
before
Sorry, I just want to interject.
Yes.
I just want to interject.
Well, go. Yeah, go. You can interject
This
without a gong. Go.
so Harry and Meghan. I feel like
I got that feeling
I feel
too.
like he's got like Harry on speed dial.
Well, it's just whinge, like, oh, exactly. Like how Meghan said, well, her claims were that they were saying that what would the baby look like? Slightly different, but yes, and also again, it's just general family riffraff. We don't need to air these details. This is a regular thing that happens amongst families. Just bury it, mate. But also, can you gong for me? Because I've got a gong.
Yeah.
Even my brothers were sent to attack me on social media before they ultimately blocked me out of nowhere this last summer. Well, he's been, his brothers have spoken out about that in recent days and have said, when tabloids mistakenly reported that David and Victoria had unfollowed Brooklyn on Instagram last month, this is, Cruz was quick to set their record straight, posting a Daily Mail headline about the unfollowing to his Instagram story. Cruz wrote, "Not true. My mum and dad would never unfollow their son. Let's get the facts right. They woke up blocked, as did I." And that's what he wrote that last December.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way. Yes, and I will also interject there and say that is what he's claiming that he didn't do, which was do all of these things to create publicity. That is something that, of course, all media outlets would pick up and create a media storm around. So saying that he's not doing anything towards the media and creating some kind of sensation there is false.
And don't include your brothers. What are you doing anyway? My mum hijacked my first dance with my wife. Whoa, here's the big one, which had been planned weeks in advance.
Oh, hang on.
You want me to finish that? I'll finish that paragraph so you can gong it all. My mum hijacked my first dance with my wife, which had been planned weeks in advance, to a romantic love song. In front of our 500 wedding guests, Mark Anthony called me to the stage, where in the schedule was planned to be my romantic dance with my wife. But instead, my mum was waiting to dance with me instead. She danced very inappropriately on me in front of everyone. I've never felt more uncomfortable. I know, on me. Felt more uncomfortable or humiliated in my entire life. What about when you released your photography book, Beckham? We wanted to renew our vows so we could create new memories of our wedding day that bring us joy and happiness, not anxiety and embarrassment. I know, hey, go. Now you can gong. I just had to finish that whole thing. Go.
Oh, right. Okay. No, I've done the gong. Can you see the picture there? People have been going off doing memes of like Victoria dancing on the dance floor, like with Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So funny.
And in this, well, hang on, the picture you put up there it's them married and Victoria is doing a breakdancing move in front of the married couple. Very funny.
Yeah. I mean, classic. So this is really speculation because although it's in vogue, we don't know completely if Mark Anthony did 2 sets or 1 set. But so as per a Vogue magazine article, again in 2022, which was just after the April 9th wedding. So I will just popping up the the article
Winning.
there.
Yeah.
Basically, it says that the couple did share a beautiful wedding dance to Only Fools Rush In by Elvis, performed
Fools, no, 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 no,
rising
no. Yeah.
South African star. Performed by a rising star, South African artist, Lislo. But then it says that that Mark Anthony, if I can find the part of the article, it's being very, very slow. Mark Anthony took over the DJ decks to close out the celebrations, which would play into Miss Victoria Beckham being quite drunk, and
Yes.
like, all of that stuff. I will also say that if Mark Anthony said, that Victoria Beckham was the most beautiful, she introduced her as the most beautiful woman in the room, and then Victoria stands up. Apparently, this is true and confirms did run out of the room after this was happening, or while they were dancing and she was grinding on her son. So look, that we don't know. I will only say that we don't know that if Mark Anthony had a few different, like if he did the late night session and an earlier session, but it does say that they already had a dance and they would dance to Only Fools Rush In. So it wasn't the first dance. That is a lie.
There you go. Okay. Well, there you go. Another lie. And also, don't be mean to your mum. Like, okay.
That
she had a few drinks,
embarrassment.
she danced, and you've just had a go. You've just completely humiliated her in front of the world. It's too much.
That is
mean.
Pretty much
You're just being
really
mean.
It's really bad.
You're making a complete like
no one needs to be like
mean.
Yeah, no one needs to be like showing all the dirty laundry come out, about what they do at the the 12 o'clock at a wedding. That's your finest hour to be on the dance floor doing crazy moves.
Exactly.
And I do actually have footage of exactly
of Posh
and I do have footage.
Yeah, of Posh and Nicola dancing
Posh and Nicola dancing.
Yeah, to wannabe.
Exactly. But my screen is I don't know what's happening. It's very very slow right now. So I will pull that up.
You know what? Yeah, but be careful because every time you're pulling it up, it's making weird noises. But well, anyway, let's keep going. So
okay, well let me just Can I just pull it up? I know there's a little bit of a delay with our screen, but here they are dancing to. There they all are. There they all are dancing to Slam Your Body Down and Whiners All Around with Posh. They're hugging and loving on each other. I can't confirm or deny if that was the wedding, but it certainly looked like a grand old time that they're having there.
Yep. It looks fun. It looks very fun. Back to the 6-page Instagram.
Yeah, goes.
Yeah. So he goes on, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah. So my wife has been consistently disrespected by my family, no matter how hard we've tried to come together as one. My mum has repeatedly invited women from my past into our lives in ways that were clearly intended to make us both uncomfortable. What are you trying to do? It's so mean to Victoria. Oof. So what's he doing there, Nadia? Has Posh invited women?
No, it's not that she's inviting women.
No.
Brooklyn Beckham had a relationship with a woman many, many years ago.
Yes.
Which his brother, not his mother, his brother is now dating.
Yes.
And yes, it's making it very awkward, but you're getting married. Nicola Peltz was like, absolutely not. I will not be in the same room as your brother and your ex-girlfriend. That's not Victoria's problem.
Not Victoria.
Who's she going to side with here?
So what I imagine happened here is Brooklyn has requested, which will Brooklyn has requested that this girl, that Cruz's current girlfriend, DJ and model, is not invited to like a family event. And Posh has been like, well, no, Brooklyn, like,
You don't
it's
get
Cruz's
it all.
girlfriend. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't have everything. Sorry. And then he's gone and put that ridiculous text up. Anyway, then he also said this. So yeah, so she's inviting women from his past to events that makes him uncomfortable. Despite this, we still traveled to London for my dad's birthday, Beckham's 50th birthday last year, and were rejected for a week as we waited in our hotel room trying to plan quality time with him. He refused all of our attempts unless it was at his big birthday party with 100 guests and cameras at every corner. So why didn't you go? Yeah. Lies.
I mean, it is, well, it's like a pinch of the truth. Like,
It's peppered
like,
with truth.
yes, Victoria couldn't keep up with her demands about the wedding dress. So, yeah, maybe at the final hour, she's just like, we're not going to get it done. I'm so sorry. But it's not the wedding dress. So with this one, it's
Exactly.
like, yeah, your dad was planning a 50 or quite a few events, and like he couldn't make time to have an event with just you and just Nicola and no Cruz and no ex-girlfriend and all of these other like demands. And he was probably pissed at this stage with all of the other antics that have gone on. Remember, this was after the wedding, after all the crazy shit that's gone down, and he's pissed. Like at this stage, he's just like, no, it's my 50th. You come to my event or don't. Done.
Yeah. We don't need to make another event to make you feel comfortable. And then weren't you also saying that they went around to all different like fancy restaurants and were that you're saying Nicola
and we did actually report on this on a previous show. If you want, to go back on, it's definitely on a latest episode that they did actually go to London, camp out to try and find some time that's like only on their terms, and if it wasn't, they weren't going to meet. And instead of meeting them, actually Brooklyn was like, oh, let's go to my father's favorite restaurant in Paris. Like they were seen at places like that, so they went off and did their own little things, but hugely disrespectful, hugely, I'll get to how I really feel about the whole thing in a
but it doesn't even need to be hugely disrespectful. It's just difficult. You know those difficult people who are just always like, like they've had this massive wedding and everyone's had to go along to their huge wedding. And then after the wedding event, then it's like, oh, okay, well now there's, a year later there's a 50th birthday party and they're just kind of like, oh, well, we can't get there, but we'll be in London. So if you want to meet us at a fancy restaurant, we'll be there. It's just like, no, just turn up at the event for God's sake.
It's like they did the least amount of effort. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, we're nearly there, people. We've gone out of our years. We've gone out of our way for years to show up and support of every fashion show, every party and every press activity to show our perfect family. But the one time my wife asked for my mum's support to save displaced, another attack at mum. My mum's support to save displaced dogs during the LA fires, my mum refused. And I'm sorry, listen to him. He talks about displaced dogs and LA fires and has a go at his mum. Like how? That is so mean to link, evil posh Beckham won't even help homeless dogs and people's
will not
houses
get out of bed for a sick dog.
Not exactly. What kind of a statement
I know
is that?
You understand the messaging there.
Yeah,
you understand the messaging there, and it is a total PR jab.
Yeah,
and it's just like, oh my god, because it did work. Like we've got friends as well that like if you only read what he's saying and you don't dig under the meat and potatoes of the situation, on face value it does look shit. Like who is this woman to a woman of a wedding dress, like all this stuff. Of course, like that's what they were angling this for, the people that just read the headlines and don't actually dig deeper. And luckily you have me and Joan to dig the dirt.
We are here for you. Exactly. Well, can I also say that I've got there's multiple photos of David and Posh turning up at Nicola's movie release of Transformers, and there they are
Yes,
standing there at the release. So like they've shown
Yes.
support.
very supportive. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's not
Lies. The narrative
Excited.
that my wife controls me is completely backwards. I've been controlled by my parents for most of my life. I grew up with overwhelming anxiety. For the first time in my life since stepping away from my family, that anxiety has disappeared. I wake up every morning grateful for the life I chose and have found peace and relief. My wife and I do not want a life shaped by image, press, or manipulation. All we want, he forgot to write, is peace, privacy, and happiness for us and our future family, which is why we posted our grievances on Instagram
or on social media. Exactly.
and on social media.
Exactly.
They are dying for privacy. That's all they want. That's it. So there we have it. That
Dying for
is
attention.
the
Yeah.
dying for attention. Yeah.
Well-
what was you going for there, Nads? Just calling rubbish again. That he's
Well,
not
the
happy.
dog is there, like, well, well, it's the anxiety. Like he's had anxiety all of his life, and now he's like found peace. He's stitched his
Boo-hoo.
entire. He has no friends over in LA or wherever he is.
No.
There's a Palm Beach.
Yeah.
He's very, very young, and I just want to say, if this relationship does crumble, he will be on a life raft without an island inside.
Yeah, but he'll come running back to Beckham's because he's
There's
their
nothing.
son,
You know
and
what I mean?
But they'll take him back. They love him. Like they don't want this.
He's bang. To say that he has no anxiety, he goes to bed with a clean conscience. He's just like supported and loved. And like, what a slap in the face, A. And B, I don't buy it for a second. If you ditch your entire family and you think that there's nothing on your heart, forget about it. I call absolute bullshit on that.
Okay, so on that note, we do know that they're a close family.
Got to be very stressful.
Brooklyn was the firstborn of their 4 children. And there's multiple times where Brooklyn has talked about his family and their love of cooking or tasting wine or making hot sauce, blah, blah, blah. Here I've got, can you bring up my video?
Do you want me to bring that video footage to the
video up
screen?
So Brooklyn Beckham has a cooking show in which he cooks. Well, he's generally cooking for Nicola. And in this particular video, he is cooking for Nicola. It is 2021, so it's before their wedding. It's before everything goes badly. But he talks about his family within it, which is why I'm going to play it. Can I also just say, in this video, he makes a dish where he literally has a wheel of cheese, which is the size of a large car tire. And he cuts that huge wheel of cheese in half. He then hollows out like a small section in the middle of it and cooks and like cooks the pasta in the middle of this gigantic cheese wheel, which, I mean, like that cheese wheel surely.
So very relatable for us people that are in a recession.
Very relatable. So, bring that up and then I'm just going to press play on it. I'm playing this just to show you that he is like, he loves his family and he talks about them regularly. So it is sad. And we shall go from here.
Yeah.
My little sister is 100% the harshest critic in my family by far. That's usually my dad who likes to try all my stuff that I cook. My mum cooks a lot more than my dad. Sorry, the opposite. My dad cooks a lot more than my mum. My mum just likes to eat. I am starting to basically massage the dough. The consistency that you want is, when you poke.
So there's just a little bit of Brooklyn talking about his family lovingly, right? Which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
There's also the fact that, so we'll talk about Brooklyn's career. And so how old is he now, Nadia?
I think he's like 25.
Sure. So he's a young guy. He has dabbled in the world of photography. He has dabbled in the world of hot sauce making. He has made a sauce called Hot Sauce Cloud 23. The 23 is relevant because it is his dad's number when he played football was number 23. So that's what that nod.
He's 26.
Is to.
Sorry. Yes,
26,
exactly.
sure. But the 23 is in reference to David Beckham's number. I have another video, but you're going to have to upload it for me.
Yeah, he's clearly using his family name to get.
Yes,
Yeah, he's
but I
clearly
want to show
using
you
his
this.
family name, as we know. Like he's a yeah. Go on.
Can you take that video down? And I'm going to play another video
Yep. Cool.
of this is Brooklyn talking about his sauce. So stop that screen. He's talking about his hot sauce, Cloud 23, and he talks about where he got the name from, right? And as I've said, Nadia, where did he get the name from? Where did he get Cloud Sauce 23 from?
So I know the 23 is from father's time at United as a soccer player. I'm not sure about the cloud.
Okay, so listen to this. You got it? Have you shared? Is it up on the screen?
Yeah, it should be coming up right now.
You've got it. Great. Okay. This is what he says.
Yep, press play when you're ready.
Create condiments that I think people are going to really love. So that's kind of how I started with my hot sauce Cloud 23 and did a bespoke bottle, and hopefully at some point I would love to get into, have my own wine. That would be amazing. My dream is to have to buy a little winery in Napa, drive over there every weekend. Like that's my dream.
Will you talk about the significance of the name Cloud 23?
23 is my lucky number, and it's the day I asked my wife to marry me. And I've basically been on Cloud 9 since.
I like it. Yeah. Man.
Complete shunning of the fact that his father.
Was that a recent interview? Was that a recent interview?
Yeah, because he talked about that's recent. And he said,
"Oh, that's so funny! Oh, so funny."
Yeah. Okay. So there we go. We've got that as well. Now let's talk about his ridiculous foray into photography, where he released a photography book. Yeah. Clearly, his parents have been trying to support him in any area that he wants to go into. He released a photography book with the fabulous name of What I See. Or is it Things That I See?
Is that the name of the book?
Yeah, that's the name of the book. This is what I see.
I see. Yeah. Well, I'm going to add something. You've got one page here of a very interesting elephant that he must have taken in Africa. One of his brilliant shots, hard to photograph, but what does he say up there? It's hidden by the record thing.
Hard to photograph, but definitely worth it. And then he has a very blurred, shadowy image of, it could be anything. It could be a rock with two round.
It could be two people kissing. It could be someone bending over and it's an ass. It's a shadow.
Yeah. So that, and then the rest of his book is generally a lot of selfies of Brooklyn Beckham, numerous selfies, lots of photos of his family, and lots of lovingly he'll write like a caption on photos, like photos of David and here's my mom, here's my sister, here's my dad, great looking guy, love having breakfast with him,
right,
on and on and on. But he got that book released. Clearly someone paid for it. There's multiple pages where there's only like a tiny photograph in the right-hand corner and like a blank page, which, as people have pointed out, no, you wouldn't generally do that if you're a photographer, because you'd want to use your work in the book and have it displayed. Not have a blank page. But anyway, whatever. Clearly his parents supported him in that venture. And he's what have they got for it? A big slap in the face. Haven't they?
Well, it's not just, it's literally like, I don't want to know you. I have no plans on reconciliation. I want to embarrass you. I think you are the worst people in the entire world.
Yes.
Yeah, like I do reckon that Victoria and Beckham do have something to say for creating an absolute narcissist, and they probably are narcissists themselves. So yeah, like maybe the buck stops with them, but at the same time, if you do think that you're morally superior, just don't go on social media, don't complain about it, and start living your life. Create the wine thing and don't use your parents' name, and just live your life and enjoy a family or whatever it is. But look, one thing I will say about this is the timing. Yep. And a lot of other people in the media have been talking about it as well. Why now? It is 4 years after the wedding. Why
Because they're bored.
now? Is there something in the works? And that's precisely what Harry and Meghan did. And they did, the Oprah thing, and then it was the Netflix thing, and then it was, more ventures and podcasts. And it's setting up the scene for, we are the victim. We have something to sell, and you need to believe us. Where the audience is a lot smarter than they used to be, and we know what's coming, and we're ready for it. We will be reporting.
We will
as well.
And well, Nadia, why don't we end with just also, if people don't know, Nicola Peltz, her family is like billionaire rich, and she's got 6 brothers and 1 sister. They are loaded. So my prediction.
We haven't got into. Go on.
Well, I
just wanted to say. There is a bit of a delay, but I was just going to say that we haven't got into the fact that Nicola Peltz is highly, highly litigious. Planting. She went through 3 or 4 wedding planners and sued them. She sued her dog group. She went through many friends, Selena Gomez being one of them. She did the same thing, isolating her ex-boyfriend Antoine Hadid, the Hadid sister. Did the exact same thing, isolated him from the family and turned him against his family. So there are patterns here. I think Brooklyn Beckham, being a narcissist grown up with a silver spoon in his mouth, matches very well with Nicola, who also grew up with a silver spoon in her mouth. And I think they've found each other. And, hopefully, they'll live a long, happy life together. But I honestly think this is going to crash and burn with Brooklyn.
Well, I just think they'll get bored. They're in love land. They're completely enamored with each other. But I do feel like they'll eventually be like, apparently Brooklyn's dumped all of his mates back home. He's just totally adopted her life and her family, and clearly dumped his own family.
Yes.
But the thing is that you then get sick of each other, and you then start going, well, hang on a minute. Don't you have a life of your own? And you get sick of that person. So pretty sure that's what's going to happen. Awful. And again, bottom line, no need to be mean. Like, just don't be mean. You don't need to be so cruel to your mum.
No, you don't have to. It's really shit. It's really shit. And I hope that, the Victoria and David take the high road and do exactly what
they have.
William and Kate did, and just not say anything at all, and just take the high road and just go, okay, well, that's how you feel, but we're not going to say anything else,
And they're probably just really upset and miss their son, and just go, okay, mate, like, whatever you need, But like I tell you, but he's their son, but the siblings will be pissed, because they'll be like, don't, like, we now have to deal and support our parents through.
He's only young.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Honestly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think
sad.
I think that's that, isn't it?
That's I think we'll leave it there for today. It's a big episode for a 1-story episode. So that's there was a lot to share there. I just want to say one thing, and you don't know that I'm doing.
Oh, what?
But I want to say that tonight is the previewing of Bridgerton season 4. Which I have been holding out for, they take years and years to create these things. So usually they release 4 episodes at a time. So you know what I'll be watching tonight. So it's, I'm really excited about that.
Do I need to have watched all the others to watch this?
It helps, but not really. But you can, I can't believe you haven't watched them yet. I mean,
I haven't.
Jump on that. They're fun. They're very fun.
Yeah, Kavetta, friend of the pod. Yeah, she always tells me to watch this. I need to get into it. Okay, guys, there you have it. Stay cool. Talk soon.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Och, that's enough moaning for today, lasses. See you next week.